Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Witcher reaction. Today I'm going to be watching episode 4 of season 1 of The Witcher. A couple of things before we start this episode. One, again, as I've mentioned many times, if you hear things in the background, I have kittens here that I'm currently taking care of. I mean, I have cats in general that I take care of, but there's a couple of kittens. They're very crazy right now and they're running around, so that's all that is cat insanity. But then the other thing, I actually have had a bit of a respiratory virus for a while, the past week at least, and so, yes, I know, it seems like there's something else every single week happening. But yeah, so if you notice any raspiness or I have any difficulty with talking, that is what is going on. At least my jaw is in place. But yeah, so last episode, as you guys know, if you watched my reaction to it, I was really into everything that happened. I was a huge fan of the Geralt Striga fight and the way that they contrasted that with Yennefer's kind of transformations. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen to Yennefer now that she's kind of seemingly gotten what she's wanted. And of course, where does Geralt go from here? And last episode, we just saw a glimpse of Ciri at the very end, and she was basically being hypnotized into this forest where there were arrows being shot out of it that killed apparently a ton of people all around the borders as we saw all these skeletons laying around and shot her friend. So yeah, it doesn't seem like maybe she's getting herself into the best situation there either. But alright. Let's get into the episode, guys. Waste no more time. Episode 4, Season 1 of The Witcher. Here we go. And excuse the cats.
And the Selkie shot out. Oh, you never seen one. But it'll take down a ship with its cavernous mouth full of devil's teeth. And it swallowed that Witcher whole.
Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, sorry. It's just Geralt's usually so stingy with the details. And then what happened?
Oh my god.
He died?
He's fine.
Look, I was there. I saw it with my own...
See?
Oh my god. He's fine.
What's that stench?
Silky more guts. Had to kill it from the inside. I'll take what I'm owed.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty. Whoa. Toss a coin to your Witcher, a friend of humanity. Thank you.
I guess the songs are definitely
You're welcome.
working.
And now, Witcher, it's time to... Hard to say. One stops keeping count after a while. Wives, concubines, mothers, sometimes. Oh, yeah, that face. Oh, scary face. No lord in his right mind will come close if you're standing next to me with a puss like that. Oh,
He's making him go with him to protect him from the like...
I will not suffer tonight sober just because you hid your sausage in the wrong royal pantry.
Yeah, from like husbands
I'm not
and
killing anyone.
fathers
Not
and
over the petty
sons
squabbles of men.
women who've had sex
yes.
with.
You never get involved, except you actually do all of the time. Right, so stick close to me, look mean, and pretend you're a mute. Can't have anyone finding out who you actually are.
Geralt of Rivia, the mighty Witcher!
Oh, that didn't work out.
I haven't seen you since the play.
Good times, Mousak.
I haven't seen you since
I
the
have missed
plague.
your sour complexion. I feared this would be a dull affair, but now the White Wolf is here, perhaps all is not lost. Why are you dressed like a sad silk trader? What is with me?
Something about you reminds me of a scoundrel I once saw fleeing my wife's chambers.
Well,
Drop your trousers.
what?
I didn't get a proper look at the little shit's face, but that pimply arse I'd remember anywhere.
Well, Geralt.
Forgive me, my lord. This happens all the time. It's true. He has the face of a cat and a coward. But truth be known, he was kicked in the balls by an ox as a child.
What, that's true.
Apologies. Here, drown your sorrows on me, eunuch.
guess
wow,
that solves
thank
the
you.
issue.
Thank you so much. First of all, you hog all the fanfare, then you go and ruin my courtly reputation.
I saved your life. You're on your own from here on. Try not to get any daggers in your back before dawn.
Yeah. Oh! I don't like that thing. Woo! Teleported to some desert land? What? What?
I'll have that brigand's head on a pike outside the king's castle before nightfall. Oh, day.
That was an assassin, not a brigand.
What did he say?
He was paid to kill you.
What? Why?
It appears you've run out of chances to provide your king a male heir.
No, he wouldn't.
Got a Henry VIII there?
Oh, that prick. Take her instead. As a sacrifice.
Oh! What? So, she has some of the crazy powers like Ciri has too.
I must repay you.
You've proven yourself to be the kind of man who would do the same. I want nothing.
No, please. Please, Geralt of Rivia, do not feel like you're doing me a service. I cannot start a new life in the shadow of a life dead.
Fine. I claim the tradition as you have. The lore of surprise. Give me that which you already have, but do not know.
Oh no!
What have you done, Witcher?
Do
Ciri!
not, Your Majesty.
That's why!
If I'm seen in your kingdom again, it will be to kill a real monster, not lay claim to a crop or a new pup. Destiny can go
Yep. Yep.
Are you?
Fuck.
That's why.
It will come into being between you and this child. When it is born, will be extraordinary. If you dismiss it, leave without claiming this child's surprise,
you will surely unleash true calamity upon us all.
I'll take that chance.
Uh-oh.
Mind yourself.
You must drink from the source.
What do they want here, child?
All right. Well, that was episode 4, and I also would like to know what that tree, mystical tree, was asking Ciri at the end. You know, what exactly is she? So again, she possesses some sort of magical ability that is different than what we've seen with others. She isn't just like, say, a mage that we've seen that, okay? And it's something that is passed down through Calanthe's family line, but Calanthe apparently did not have. It seemed like... Oh, hi, Nala. It seemed like her daughter, Ciri's mother, did have something along those lines, though apparently this was the first time it was manifested. But that leaves me wondering, since then we found out that she was actually pregnant, does her daughter actually also have those powers, or did, since I guess she's dead? We don't know. We saw Ciri's parents, but we don't know what happens to them other than they're dead at some point. So did she actually possess those powers, or was it just because she was pregnant with Ciri, and Ciri has the powers? Is that what was happening? That's something I'd be curious to know. Because if the daughter, Ciri's mother, did actually have powers too, why wouldn't whoever, Nilfgaard, for whatever their purposes are in coming after Ciri, why wouldn't they have just come after her mother? Or, I mean, I don't think I know enough about the history of Nilfgaard to comment too much about that, but they know something about Ciri that she herself doesn't know, and having to do with those powers, I assume, which is why they are so concerned with getting her. So it seems that part of the mystery will be, as we continue going forward, will be exactly what that is, and trying to figure out what it is that she is, or what is the power she possesses, and why is that a cause for her being wanted. But we did get some answers to the mystery of the Geralt-Ciri connection, why they're supposed to be brought together at some point in this series, and that is this law of surprise situation. So, alright, so Geralt saves her father's life, and stupidly chooses the law of surprise, even though he just witnessed the potential consequences of that. But he's not, that concerned. He's saying, I don't believe in destiny, or I don't care about destiny. So he's, even after it's revealed that that's gonna be a baby, he's like, all right, no, I'm just leaving. I'm not part of this. But, I mean, clearly, based on what we've seen, even going back to the first episode, we had Renfri telling him as she dies that the girl in the woods would be his destiny, that Ciri would be his destiny. So clearly that is going to happen, and that has an impact. So the mystery of that has been explained, revealed. I also thought it was cool that they really here in this episode definitely confirmed that also Geralt and Ciri are on different timelines. So previous episode, it pretty much confirmed that Yennefer was in the past, you know, everything we were seeing with her was happening long before what we were seeing with Geralt or with Ciri. But now we also know that what is happening with Geralt so far, everything we've seen with Geralt is happening in an earlier timeline than what is happening with Ciri. So I guess there are 3 timelines, and the oldest one was being Yennefer, and then Geralt, and then Ciri. Though I'm wondering if Yennefer's has kind of skipped somewhat ahead because they said that now she had been in court for like 3 decades, so quite a bit of time has passed there clearly. So that's another thing I just wanted to comment upon. It seems that Yennefer, you know, she made all these sacrifices, not just of her ability to have children, but of the relationships that she had formed with her friend who, you know, she watched be turned into an eel and then pushed into the pool, and the one romantic relationship she had. She sacrifices all of that in order to get this position, this she thinks it will give her power and respect and like a influence, a legacy, and then what she ends up with is just basically being a political advisor at court and feeling like she's pointless and just doing stupid things for politicians that she doesn't respect. And so we see, I mean, I don't want to say already that she's become disenchanted, disillusioned with that and regretful of her choices, because they said it's been 3 decades, so I guess it isn't really already. It's clearly something that happened over the course of many years, gradually. But for us, it went from the very end of episode 3 to close to the beginning of episode 4 that she had this huge, big shift. So it seems rapid in terms of the way the story's told anyway, even if, like, chronologically, timeline-wise, it isn't. So she's already gotten to a position where she's regretting the choices that she's made, and then in this episode, so the king that she's serving basically sends her off to guard his queen and child, but he's also sent a magical assassin with this creature to kill his queen and child. So I'm a little confused about exactly where this leaves Yennefer, because, like, did he just think that she'd figure out what he was doing, which she did, and then choose to leave and let them be killed, knowing it was his will? Or did he, like, hope that she'd be killed too? So, and I have to feel like that's something she would have to wonder too. So, I mean, is she just gonna go back there? Because either way, like, either she goes back there and he had been hoping she was killed, or didn't give a shit if she was killed. In which case, I mean, that's not a good situation to be walking into. Or she's gonna go back there and I mean, I guess he wouldn't necessarily know that she tried to save at least the baby against his will. So that wouldn't necessarily be a good situation to go back into if he did figure that out either. I guess the assassin is still alive, so he could tell. So I'm wondering where she's gonna be at this point, where she's left off. And then we have Ciri. Okay, so now Nilfgaard, who is after her, knows where she is, and they're coming, and she's still in there, but I mean, I don't know exactly what's going to be happening with her in there. She's trying to do what her friend is doing and drink the waters, and I guess just forget and give up on what she's been told is her destiny and what she's supposed to do. But it doesn't seem to be working. And then we're left at the end with the tree like, what are you? Probably because it's not able to work on her the way it does with all others that come in there. Apparently, regardless of species, because her friend is an elf. So yeah, I'm curious to see next episode, again, where's Yennefer gonna be in the aftermath of this? what about Ciri? Are we going to find out more information about what exactly she is, what her powers are, why she's so important, and where's she going to be now if presumably this still doesn't work? And then with Geralt's story, who knows what's going to happen, honestly. It seems like every episode is just another chapter in Geralt existing as a witcher in this kind of nomadic life, presumably until we lead up to him and Ciri eventually finding each other. Yeah, so again, another good episode. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I do still think that episode 3 was my favorite, but I did enjoy this one too, and I'm interested to see where else the series is going to take us. So I'm going to wrap it up here now, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.